The history of Myanmar, formerly known as Burma, is one of ancient civilizations, powerful Buddhist kingdoms, colonial domination, and ongoing political struggle. Located at the crossroads of South Asia, Southeast Asia, and China, Myanmar has long been influenced by migration, trade, and cultural exchange. Its geography, fertile river valleys surrounded by mountains, allowed early societies to flourish while also exposing the region to invasions and competing powers. Myanmar's earliest known civilizations emerged around 200 BCE with the rise of the Pew city-states in central Myanmar. These urban centers were among the first in Southeast Asia to adopt Theravāda Buddhism, introduced from India. The Pew developed advanced irrigation systems, brick architecture, coinage, and trade links that connected them to India and China via the Silk Road. For nearly 1,000 years, the Pew shaped the cultural and religious foundations of Myanmar before declining around the 9th century CE, partly due to invasions and shifting trade routes. A major turning point came in 849 CE with the founding of Bagan, pagan, by Burman settlers. Under King Anarata in the 11th century, Bagan unified much of present-day Myanmar and firmly established Theravāda Buddhism as the state religion. This era marked a golden age of Burmese civilization. Between the 11th and 13th centuries, over 10,000 temples, stupas, and monasteries were constructed across the Bagan Plains, transforming the city into one of the greatest religious centers of the medieval world. Bagan's decline began after Mongol invasions in the late 13th century, leading to political fragmentation. Following Bagan's fall, Myanmar entered centuries of division and competition among regional kingdoms such as Ava, Hanthawaddy, Mon, and various Shan states. Unity was restored in the 16th century under the Toungoo dynasty, which built one of the largest empires in Southeast Asian history, extending its influence into present-day Thailand and Laos. After its collapse, the Konbaung dynasty, founded in 1752, revived Burmese power, expanded territory, and defended Buddhism, but also brought Myanmar into direct conflict with British imperial expansion. The 19th century proved decisive. After 3 Anglo-Burmese wars, Britain fully annexed Myanmar in 1885, ending the monarchy and incorporating Burma into British India. Colonial rule reshaped the economy around rice production and resource extraction, while Indian migration altered demographics and social hierarchies. Although infrastructure expanded, Burmese culture and political autonomy were deeply undermined. Nationalist movements grew rapidly in the early 20th century, inspired by global anti-colonial struggles. Myanmar achieved independence in 1948, initially establishing a parliamentary democracy. However, the new nation faced immense challenges: deep ethnic diversity, unresolved border issues, and armed insurgencies. These pressures culminated in a military coup in 1962, ushering in decades of authoritarian rule under a socialist system. Myanmar became one of the world's most isolated countries, suffering economic decline, censorship, and widespread human rights abuses. Mass protests in 1988 signaled popular resistance to military rule, though they were violently suppressed. Limited political reforms emerged in the 2000s, raising hopes for democratic transition. However, in 2021, another military coup plunged Myanmar back into crisis, triggering civil conflict and humanitarian emergencies that continue today. From ancient Buddhist kingdoms and imperial glory to colonial domination and modern political turmoil, The history of Myanmar is a story of cultural endurance, spiritual depth, and an ongoing struggle for unity, peace, and self-determination.